Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all are doing well. Students, we are in unit 1, that is fundamentals of computer. In today's lesson we will talk about the classification of digital computers. Okay, first of all, some of the previous knowledge. In the previous lesson we defined computer. Further we talk about the computer evolution, and at the end we discussed the history and generation of computers, in which we studied that the first generation computers, and it was a vacuum tube era from 1946 to 1958. The second generation was the transistor era, and third generation is integrated circuits were used in the third generation computers. In fourth generation computers, which are used nowadays, the microprocessor is used, and the fifth generation computer, which is the ongoing research area in the field of computer science. So presently it is also used, and further advancement is going to happen in this generation of computers. So this is what we discussed in the last lesson. In today's lesson we will talk about the classification of digital computers, and in the previous lesson we also discussed the type of computers, that is analog computers, digital computers and hybrid computers. What is the difference between these three types of computers were discussed in the last lesson. Okay, now classification of digital computers. Digital computers, on the basis of their size, speed and performance, are classified into four classes. First one, that is supercomputers. Second, mainframe computers. Third, minicomputers. And fourth, microcomputers. In microcomputers category, desktop computers, notebook computer, laptop computers, palm top, PDAs, all these are included in the microcomputers category. Here in this image we can see the hierarchical classification of computers, that the computers are basically divided into digital computers, analog computers and hybrid computers, that we have discussed in the last lesson. Further, digital computers are classified into four types, that is microcomputer, mainframe, supercomputer and minicomputers. So here in this lesson we will discuss these four types of computers one by one. First of all, supercomputers. Supercomputer is the biggest in size and the most powerful computer. It is used in large scientific and research laboratories as well as the government organizations to meet their extraordinary demand for processing data, which required tremendous processing speed, memory and other services. These computers are extremely expensive, and the speed is measured in TIPS. TIPS stands for trillions of instructions per second, means that the supercomputers are able to execute or process trillions of instructions per second. This kind of computer is also helpful for forecasting weather reports worldwide. Figure shows the Columbia supercomputer located at the NASA Ames Research Center, USA. So here in this image we can see the size of this supercomputer, that it covers the whole room or the space. Here we can see in this image. So it's a supercomputer used by the NASA. Okay, second most powerful computers are mainframe computers. After supercomputers, the most expensive, largest and the most quickest or speedy computers are called mainframe computers. These computers are used in large companies, factories, organizations, etc. This computer can control and supervise hundreds of users at a time. The mainframes are able to process billions of instructions per second. So as compared to the supercomputer, it is less efficient or less speedy as compared to the supercomputer, but still it is the second most powerful computer. These are considered the second most powerful computers after supercomputers, because they are able to process billions of instructions per second, that is bits. They have several hundreds of megabytes of primary storage and operate at a speed measured in nanoseconds. This computer is commonly used in big hospitals, airline companies, stock exchange companies, universities, and many other large organizations where a huge amount of data is processed and controlled. The figure shows IBM Z14 mainframe computer. So the computer which is shown here in this image, it is the IBM Z14 mainframe computer. Now the third type of computers, that is mini computers, the type of digital computer. Mini computers are smaller than mainframes, both in size and other facilities such as speed, storage capacity, and other services. So we can say that mini computers are the third fastest and efficient computers in the classification of digital computers. Their speeds are rated between 1 and 50 million instructions per second. So it is named as MIPS, means millions of instructions per second. The mini computers are able to execute millions of instructions per second. These are the computers which are mostly preferred by the small type of business organizations, colleges, etc. The figure shows IBM 5360 minicomputer released in 1980. So the figure which is shown here in this image, or it is also shown in the book, this is the IBM 5360 minicomputer which was released in 1980. The fourth category of digital computers, which are the most widely used computers, that is microcomputers. These are the smallest range of computers introduced in the early 70s. Microcomputers of today are equivalent to the mini computers of yesterday in terms of performance and processing. These computers are lesser in cost than the computers given above, means that they are less expensive as compared to the mini computers, mainframe computers, and of course supercomputers. And they are also smaller in size and as compared to the other types of digital computers. Today this is thought to be the most popular computer in all. Microcomputers come in many shapes and sizes as given below. Here some of the types of microcomputers are given. All of these types fall into the category of microcomputers, whether they are desktop computers, notebook computers, laptop computers, palm top, or PDAs. PDA stands for personal digital assistant. So tablet type of computers, they are also called PDAs or the computers which comes with a pen, so, or a pointer, so those are called PDAs. Normally we call it PDAs, but all of them are a type of microcomputers, and mostly we use them for our personal use. So these were the four types of digital computers that we discussed in this lesson, that is supercomputer, mainframe computer, mini computers, and microcomputer. Further, there are some types or examples of microcomputers, that is desktop computer, notebook, laptop, palm top, and PDA. So it's better that you should search for the difference between desktop, notebook, laptop, palm top, and PDAs on the internet, I'll also try to explain these different types of microcomputers in the upcoming lesson. Okay students, if you have any question you can ask me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Computer Tuition Academy. Thanks a lot, take care, Allah Hafiz.